So it's the holidays and you have to explain to grandma what your startup does. I don't know about you, but when I was in the early days of building out ToutApp, I would always get this pit in the stomach when I had to explain to people exactly what we were doing. Because in the early days, we weren't fully sure. We didn't really hone in on the messaging or the value prop or our manifesto. We were just like, we had this incredible technology that a bunch of people use, but we were still trying to hone in on exactly how to make it go boom. That was until we developed our core value proposition. And in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the 4 steps you need to follow so you can also create your value proposition. And when grandma asks you what your startup does, you're gonna be like, I got this. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK, and on this channel, I help SaaS founders like you grow your SaaS businesses faster with an unstoppable strategy. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon because I drop a video like this 3 times a week, every week with the TK energy. And when you hit those buttons, you'll get notified when I drop an episode with actionable strategies and tactics to grow your SaaS business faster. If you're already part of our community, our really fast growing community now, so excited about it. If you're part of our community, if you're part of my SaaS go-to-market coaching program, welcome back. It's so awesome to have you here. Now, I remember when I was building out ToutApp, so I built it out over the course of about 7-8 years, and we sold it to Marketo. Marketo bought ToutApp, then I worked at Marketo for 2 years as SVP of strategy. We did a 2-year transformation. We sold it to Adobe for $4.75 billion. Incredible SaaS journey. But in the early days, so I built it out in San Francisco, and I lived in Coal Valley, and our offices were at a WeWork in Soma. And I don't know if you know San Francisco, but public transportation is the worst in San Francisco. So there's actually no good way to get from Coal Valley to Soma. And I did the math, like either I go buy another car, pay insurance, pay for a parking garage in Soma because it's only hourly parking, or I just take an Uber and I could expense the Uber ride. And so somehow the math worked out, so I took an Uber. This was early days of Uber. It was such early days of Uber that you couldn't even tell them where you were going in the app. You got in the car, and then you told them, go here, I'm going here. Like, that's how old school it was. But this thing happened. Twice a day, I would take that Uber ride and I'd be building out the company. And inevitably, almost every single time, the driver would be like, so, like, what does your startup do? Because it was just that really special time in San Francisco when a lot more people were building. And it wasn't as many big companies there yet. And so I just struggled with it. I didn't know how to answer it and I fumbled with it. But because I had to do it twice a day, every day, I started to get really good at it. Later on, I found out what I was really doing was building out my core value proposition. But I don't know, this was baby TK and I was learning it the hard way. And once I nailed it, instead of fumbling around what we did, I was able to say, we build software for salespeople. When a salesperson gets a lead, it takes 8 to 10 touches to convert that lead to a real meeting. What we do, our software actually automates those touches across email, phone, and social. And that way you get more opportunities. You convert more leads. And that was it. And it was super simple. It was simple words, and every Uber driver would be like, oh, that's cool. And half of them would be like, oh, I used to be in sales once. I don't know why, like that was a thing. And so that's the power of a great value proposition. When you actually nail your value proposition, everything truly becomes easier because you're able to just nail exactly what you guys do at every cocktail party, every investor interaction, every customer interaction, and things just spread a lot quicker. Your website copy becomes easier. Your email copy becomes clearer. The things you talk about on stage or for webinars or at your booth everything becomes easier. So in this episode, I'm gonna walk you through the 4 steps on creating your value proposition so yours becomes easier. If you're excited to dig in, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Let's go to principle number 1, step number 1. Step number 1 is to identify the urgent and important problem that you are solving. So for us, it takes 8 to 10 touches to convert a lead to an opportunity. That's a serious problem. And not only is it a serious problem, we found out there was actual budget to solve that kind of problem. So your step number 1 is, what is that urgent and important problem that you are solving? It's so easy to just jump into, we do this, or our revolutionary software uses AI to, it's like, whoa, hang on. No one actually wants more software. They want to solve problems. And if software solves it, okay, I'm interested, but we'll have to figure that out. So what is the urgent, important problem with budget that you are solving? That's step number 1 in crafting your value proposition. Once you've done that, then you go to step number 2, and you're still not at the solution, mind you. Step number 2 is, what is the risk or cost associated with the problem? What happens if they don't solve this problem? What is the risk? What happens? How much does it cost them by not solving this problem? What happens if they ignore this problem? There's either a risk or there's a cost, or there's both, and you want to hone in on that, and you want to be able to articulate that. For us, we were a little bit lucky because we would say it takes 8 to 10 touches, and immediately the VP of sales would know there's no way our salespeople are following up 8 to 10 times manually. They're just not. And so that means we're spending money on leads and we're not converting them. That sucks. But it may not be as easy for you and your market, so you may have to really articulate what is the risk and the cost associated with this problem if they don't take action. That's the second piece of your value proposition. Now, once you've done these two pieces, mind you, like you still haven't talked about your software or your solution or anything like that, then you get into what you do. You say, we build software. And by the way, don't just start with features like we have, email tracking or we have email automation. Like, don't do any of that yet. Talk about the benefits. Talk about the solution through the benefits. And then if you need to mention a feature, then mention a feature. For example, one of the things that we did that people just loved is it tracked your emails. It told you when the other side opened the email. But that wasn't the big enough problem. The big enough problem was it takes 8 to 10 touches. The big enough problem was that no one does those touches manually. So we just said we just do those touches across email, social, and phone automatically, and we tee up the rest. And salespeople are a lot more productive that way, and they convert more leads that way. So we talked about the benefits and then hinted at the features. The fact that we did email automation or phone automation or social automation. And that's how it all connected. So step number 3 is talking about your solution in the frame of benefits first and then features, not just features. And mind you, this is step number 3, whereas normally us as startup founders, we're artists, right? We get so excited about this amazing technology we build, we put number 3 as number 1, and then we lose them because people are like, I don't get it. I don't even know why someone would use that. If we were to flip it and just said, look, we have this software that helps you send out 8 emails to someone automatically. You're like, why am I doing that? You start to see the difference. I just talked about a feature. I didn't talk about the problem. I didn't talk about the cost. I didn't talk about what it was for. Where's the value? And I flip it and I say, well, it takes 8 to 10 touches for a salesperson to convert a lead to an opportunity. We build software for salespeople and we help automate those steps and make sure that they never forget to follow up. All of a sudden, those 8 emails that you're sending sound a lot more valid. There's a risk to not doing those, and you start to understand what the problem is, and you start to assign value to that solution. That's the power of a core value proposition. Now, there's step number 4, but before I go to step number 4, which brings this all together, because otherwise it won't work. Let me just pause here for a second. If you're starting to see the power of a value proposition, if you're starting to get some inklings on what your value proposition is going to be, can I just get a yes in the comments below? Also smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really likes it when you do that. So do we, and so does my team. Also, we really love hearing from you. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you have reflections on this, put them in the comments below. Otherwise, just put a yes in the comments below. Either way, that's what we just want to hear from you. And we respond to every question that you have also. Also, if you're building out your value proposition, which it would mean that you're thinking about building out your go-to-market machine, you're building out your marketing sales discipline, you may be in the early stages, you have some revenues, you want to grow faster. This is why I created my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. It's a proven program you can follow with a playbook, step-by-step process on actually building all this stuff out so you don't have to go at it alone without a framework to follow. It's from 15 years of experience on actually building SaaS businesses. I've built them, I've grown them, I've exited them, and now I teach others how to do it effectively. I coach others on how to do it. So I'll tell you more about the program in the end. Let's go to principle number 4. Principle number 4 is none of this will matter, especially in a sales conversation where it really matters, not just the Uber driver, right? I don't need to prove anything to the Uber driver, but when you're in a customer conversation, you have to nail this all in with a customer story, a case study, or actual results. What happens when you actually show this problem to people, you highlight the costs, you tell them about the solution, and they said yes, what happened to them? Did their pipeline grow? Did they close more deals? Did their win rates go up? Did they actually grow faster? Whatever it may be, you actually need to share the customer story. You need to share that customer story, you need to share the case study, or you need to actually cite the results. Whatever it may be, you need to do that because that's what will really encapsulate the value proposition, right? So for us, we increased pipeline for people. We 2x pipeline, 4x pipeline. We had enough case studies on our homepage, and we just said and when people work with us, they 4x their pipeline. And you need to have a 4 or 5x pipeline coverage to your number anyway, so you need this. So it became super easy to do this. So number 4 is to actually have that customer story. So to recap, to build your value proposition, step 1, what is the urgent, important problem that has budget? Number 2, what is the risk and the cost associated with the problem? What happens if they don't do something about it? Number 3, what is your solution framed in benefits and then features if necessary? And then number 4, prove it. Prove it with a customer story or actual results. You do these 4 things, you put it in a concise sentence, you have your value proposition. And that will help you mobilize a lot of things in your go-to-market machine, and that'll help you just sell a lot faster and grow a lot faster for your SaaS business. If you got value from this video, be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit me with a yes in the comments. Also, if you're building all this stuff out, you want help building out your value proposition, you want help building out your go-to-market machine, if you want a proven framework to follow, this is why I created my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. I invite you to apply to join. The better the fit, the better the results. So all you need to do is go to tkkader.com/GTM. When you go there, you'll learn about all the details. You'll fill out a simple application form. It'll collect some information to make sure that we can actually help you and you're a good fit. And based on that, we'll get on a call. It'll be with me, and then we'll talk through it, and we'll bring you on if we both feel like you're the right fit. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be building out this program this year. We have some incredible success stories coming out that we'll share with you on the call. It's been just truly rewarding, and we're looking to add more incredible founders to the program, because collectively, the more incredible founders we add, the stronger we are together. So go to tkkader.com/GTM and apply. We'd love to have you on if you're the right fit and at the right stage. Lastly, if you have a fellow SaaS founder, a team that could get value from this video, please share this with them as well. If you're part of a group, a Slack group, please share this video. It will mean the world to us. And lastly, remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business, but when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK. I'll see you in the next episode.